All right, what's up, everybody? Today I want to start off the stream with going over some crazy fucking shit that I stumbled on the other day. So I don't know if anybody's seen this, but there's this I believe this is the LA school district. They put out this video here talking about good food versus bad food and how um like well, we can jump into the video, but basically saying that you should just basically be able to eat whatever you want and not worry about the consequences. Let's play this. Oh, so it's bringing me to the action. Can I just play from here? Oh, watch again by signing in. Okay, so here we go.
I got us donuts. Those are so bad for you. Oh no, are they moldy? I mean, are they poisoned? Are you allergic? No, I'm just saying. You're judging my food choices based on a false standard of health again, aren't
Okay, false standard of health. This is a plate of fucking donuts. Where in the world would you ever think a plate of donuts is healthy? First of all,
you? Guilty.
Diet culture, fat phobia, and systems of oppression have created false hierarchies of food, and it shows up everywhere.
so this apparently this lady, the black nutritionist, um, when some research was done on her background, she's been linked back to I think she's like one of the head nutritionists or whatever for the company that deals with like Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, all those kind of companies. So it's weird for her to be the one saying this kind of stuff, but they're obviously using her for her status, I guess.
For instance, harmful thought patterns like earning food through exercising, or that dessert is the reward for the punishment of eating vegetables.
Okay, no, but I don't think anybody looks at eating vegetables as punishment. Yes, obviously these cupcakes and shit taste better, donuts and all that stuff, they taste better because of how much crap is in them, like the sugars, the carbs, all that. I wouldn't say then eating veggies is a punishment and then you reward yourself with that. Some people do eat trash, some people do eat junky food. I mean, I literally just finished a plate of french fries, you know. Was that a wise choice? No, but it wasn't a reward for having dinner tonight where I didn't have french fries, you know?
Remember that you do not need to earn food.
We are all incorrectly taught from a
And then this lady's name is Savage X Fatty. From a young age,
young age that our size, and therefore the foods that we eat, are markers of our self worth. Moralizing food can lead to harmful relationships with food and disordered eating.
Instead of focusing on good and bad choices, try to approach food with neutrality in mind.
The only
there's no neutrality versus a donut and a piece of broccoli, though. Broccoli's always going to win that in terms of nutritional value and what's better for you. And then she goes on to say the only foods that are bad for you.
foods that are bad for you are foods that contain allergens, poisons, and contaminants. Or
What the fuck is a contaminant? Would that not be all the chemicals and the processed shit that they put in these sweets and these packaged foods that majority of people ingest? Obviously, allergens, yes, you know, if you have a peanut allergy, don't eat peanuts or food with peanuts. Um,
food that is spoiled or is otherwise inedible.
yeah,
Eat without guilt, regardless of what society says.
Smarter in seconds.
and then it says smarter in seconds. No, I feel dumber in seconds. So, anyways, this video had been kind of going out. It was published on September 9th, and then I started kind of seeing it on some news sites. The one that linked me to here was one of them. And then there was this other girl. Now I don't use TikTok. I don't use Instagram. I'm funny enough that this allowed me to go onto this website because obviously you could see login. Like I don't have a Instagram account, and I don't have a Twitter account either. But hey, Fish, what's going on, buddy? But this lady has also been going pretty viral, and she talks about how white people are the reason that she's fat. So, we'll take a look at this.
White people are the reason I'm fat today.
Okay.
I'm gonna prove to you why white people are the reason I'm fat today. If white people didn't go looking for spices, then various sea routes to Indian subcontinent and Africa and other places of the world would not get discovered. And if they didn't get discovered, then East India Company.
So white people were the only people that ever discovered anybody or had the ability to discover. If none of them had traveled, to this day, we would not know what India is. This makes sense.
Would never come to Indian subcontinent. And if they didn't come, then the fertility of the land would not get destroyed because they forced us to cultivate tobacco and dyes and opioid, things like that, and that destroyed the fertility of my country. And then if that didn't happen, and if they didn't exploit and extract resources until my ancestors were left with nothing to eat, we wouldn't move to this grain heavy, very little nutritious diet that we have today.
There's a lot of South Asian countries that eat grains, they eat rice, they eat like lentils, which are legumes, but so I don't know how she could say that it's because of the white people that made them eat this kind of stuff. Also, she's talking about ancestral stuff, like historical things. Like everybody's talking about this trickle down effect where you have choices. You can choose to eat the crap that you eat or not. You can't just be like, well, guess I got to eat this cheeseburger because great grandpa had to, cultivate tobacco. Like, what?
Also, if
Again, not saying that because she's fat all she eats is cheeseburgers. I'm just saying, that's an unhealthy food, so whatever. It could be I doubt she's on a surplus of broccoli is what I'm trying to say, like or greens or veggies if she's complaining about her weight.
white people didn't come to the Indian subcontinent, then my ancestors would not go through 50 small, medium, large famines in a period of 200 years.
I mean, famines happen naturally throughout the world. Climate change is not a new thing. It's been documented of happening 1,000 years ago, 2,000, like there's ebbs and flows of climate change on its own. So famines are meant to happen.
That's a lot. And in 1943, nearly 3 million people would not have died due to starvation and malnutrition. And if that
Okay, 1943 she's talking about. Is that what she said? 1943?
starvation and malnutrition.
Hold on.
And in 1943, nearly 3 million people would not have died due to starvation and malnutrition.
A lot of stuff was happening in the 40s. World War II. How do I find these videos? These videos, Jay, they pop up in a lot of like news articles that I read or that I browse. And this particular I don't know what it's considered. I guess page on Twitter called Libs of TikTok. They take all like it's kind of like they scour the internet for all these crazy kind of viewpoints. And I'm not conservative, I'm not liberal, I'm not saying like, oh, all liberals are crazy, all conservatives are right. There's a lot of shit conservatives say that I don't believe in, and there's a lot of things that liberals say that I do agree with. But this this tends to show like a lot of these like unhinged people who come up with these crazy like pronouns, and I'll show another video that doesn't have to do about food here, that's pronouns, and this girl's nuts. But yeah,
And if that didn't happen, then this entire place and the people of this place would not adapt to survive on lower calories.
okay, your country alone though, of India, you have like the second largest population, if not the largest, isn't it not? Don't they have like, how do I identify as? I identify as a man. What's up, demon? Um, India is, I believe, the second most populated place in the world, or it's the first, whatever, between them and China. So, like, them having a scarcity of food is bound to happen. 3 million people dying in when you have like 1.8 billion or whatever the hell the number is. That's, I'm not saying it's a small kick in the bucket, but you know, your population is growing at a rate where you don't have the supply already. So I don't think that that's the white man's fault for that. And obviously, I'm probably gonna get flack because I'm a white man reviewing this, but you know, we're good, demon. I'm pretty good, demon. You know, I'm just enjoying my my weekend. Yesterday was my my wife and I, we went out for our anniversary, so that's why I didn't stream.
We also wouldn't biologically be programmed to.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back a little bit.
Survive on lower calories.
Lower calories. Okay.
We also wouldn't biologically be programmed to hold on to more fat because
That's
my
not
genes,
true.
they always think, okay, you're gonna die. At some point, there's gonna be a famine.
Her
you
genes
will
are telling
not
her
have
that?
food and you're gonna die.
That's not how it
I would also
works.
not be prone to diabetes, high blood pressure, heart diseases, and all that other.
If you live in America, I would say you very much are. Look at the American population. At least 40% of them, I think, almost 50% of the population is considered obese. I think it's almost to the point whereas 1 in 2 Americans are obese.
So yeah, white people is the reason why I can't lose weight.
Yeah. Oh, and then the middle finger. So I did my own little dive into like check out this girl's page to see how long ago this video had happened. This was published on the 13th, but she had like an updated video saying like she knows that she can't fully blame white people for her weight in general, but that and that, you know, she walks 5 miles a day and that she's very active. 5 miles a day is only like average 10,000 steps. So I don't know how she can brag about that. But yeah, so this channel, Libs of TikTok, they seem to find the most unhinged kind of people on the internet. This one doesn't have anything to do about body, but I mean, listen to this woman talk about pronouns, or what they call neo-pronouns, which are pronouns that you've made up for yourself.
That's pronouns. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use
So
that.
hold on here.
I'm going to be teaching you how to use prince, princess pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use shark, sharks pronouns in.
So this is what this girl's page is. Her name is Lesbian Snow White, and all of her TikToks, I guess, seem to be about teaching people how to use these pronouns that aren't pronouns for people, but people are choosing to use them. So the first one was prince, princes, and then it went shark, sharks.
How to use prince, princess pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use shark, sharks pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use flower, flowers pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use wolf, wolves pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use paint, paints pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to
Paint, paint. You want to be referred to as paint. That's like me meeting you and be like, hi, I'm Paint. Paint's not feeling very well. Like, what are we talking about?
be be teaching you how to use cat, cats pronouns. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use that, that's pronouns in sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use the, verb, viz pronouns. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use thon, thons.
Okay, I can't watch the rest. There's only 8 seconds left, but this girl is unhinged. But going back to the fat people thing, so I think this lady was also on she was also spiraled onto a video that I saw.
Fat shaming and skinny shaming are the same.
Actually,
So
no,
it's this girl that I'm reacting to here.
they're not. Fat people are denied jobs, proper medical care, health insurance, they're paid less, they don't have equal access.
Okay. The only way I could see somebody being denied a job because of their weight was probably if it was a somewhat physical job. And again, as I said, I don't have a TikTok account. As you can see, like I can't even log into the like it's asking me to log in. I'm just clicking these links from these articles that I'm reading that are bringing me here. But this girl's name is Umber Sayan. So yeah, if you had a physical type job like a police officer or make an account, no thanks, man. If this is what I have to be bombarded with every day, I'll stay off of the fucking social medias. But yeah, like if you're a correctional officer, if you're a police officer, if you're a firefighter, if you're, a personal like if you're a fat person that it wants to be a personal trainer, you clearly have missed the mark at what the goal of a personal trainer is, Obviously everyone has issues with weight. They fluctuate up and down, sometimes you're able to keep your weight down, sometimes you gain weight. That's a basic thing of life, but you can't like come into a job being overweight and then being like, "Oh, you're not hiring me because I'm fat." Even a less active job, like a say an office job, if you're already heavy and then you go into a sedentary job, you're not setting yourself up for success. You're now overweight, fat, and then you're just sitting all day while you're working. That's also not a good thing. I doubt you're taking your hour breaks to go walk around or this and that. And same with the medical. I think that's what she said, right? Proper medical care.
Health insurance, they're paid less, they don't.
Okay, medical insurance and healthcare. If you want healthcare or medical insurance, they look at all these standards like if you smoke, what's your weight, all that shit. Because if you are at the higher risk of that, you're a liability to them. So it's less in their favor to obviously insure you because something's quite easily going to happen to you. And again, that's not to say that skinny people or less fat people don't have health issues. My teacher when I was in school, he was the fittest guy that I ever seen, found out he had cancer. Shit happens to everybody. But if you're somebody at a higher risk already, sorry, but that's the way the cookie crumbles,
Don't have equal access to clothing, travel, many public spaces, even the body mass index, the way that it.
Okay, clothing, travel, public spaces. Clothing, there's a lot of companies now that are embracing the bigger body. They're trying to be more body positive, I guess, or body conscientious. And so people do have more chances, but if I don't know if that's something I can complain about because if I have a pair of pants on and then I eat a big meal like Thanksgiving and then my pants don't fit all of a sudden, what am I going to do? Cry that they don't make pants that fit me anymore? No, that doesn't fucking make any sense. In travel, yeah, it's a big thing. If you're traveling and you take up another seat, that's something that they've lost now because they've lost the income of having that seat occupied by somebody else because you're so large you're taking up 2 seats. This girl, I don't know, man.
It discriminates against women, especially women of color. It was created for and based around white men. Like, fat phobia is literally rooted in anti-blackness. It's rooted in racism and sexism. Skinny shaming is not. How many times have you seen marketing campaigns that are labeled, "Get fat quick, finally add those stubborn 30 pounds"?
No campaign would ever say that because gaining weight like that is not healthy. What the fuck is this girl on? Obviously, there's no campaigns like that.
Show me where all the weight gain industries are. Show me all the damaging messages.
There is no such thing as a weight gain industry. Obviously, if you're skinny like a fucking rail, that's not good either. That's not healthy. But if you're so big that you're taking up 2 seats while you're traveling, then yeah, obviously you need to lose weight.
That say that skinny equals unworthy life or skinny equals ugly. When is the last time that you've been penalized financially when an aircraft seat had to be accommodated to your smaller body?
That's exactly what I just said. The aircraft company is losing money because you're taking up another seat that somebody else could be using. That's why you're getting penalized. Like what?
When's the last time you've walked into a doctor's office and after they weighed you, stopped listening to what you were actually there for and told you to just gain weight because it will fix everything? Fat people endure all of that and more. Skinny people do not face employment discrimination.
Listen, I saw a video where a girl said she went into her doctor's. She told her that she was depressed. The doctor suggested maybe she should exercise a little bit and break up with her toxic boyfriend. I don't think she's fat shaming her. I just think she's trying to let her know exercise, being in a good state of mind, being like feeling good, being in a good state of mind, that will help you with your quote unquote depression. Like, and that's another thing that apparently a lot of doctors have. I don't know why it's taken this long, but they've just recently been approved to like be able to suggest exercise as a means for like a medical reasons. Like instead of going to the doctor being like, hey, I'm depressed, and then they just prescribe you something and give it to you, now they can be like, yeah, I think you should start working out. And it's not because you're fat, it's just because mentally exercising helps you. Like people feel great after they exercise.
Or medical discrimination. The world was designed for you. Eat a burger is just not comparable to systemic abuse and oppression.
Fat shaming and
This girl is nuts, man. And then this girl, so this was off of a video I originally this Indian chick, or the South Asian chick, she was in this video that I stumbled across. But it was this clip here that this girl I don't know, man. This guy's got some pretty funny content. He calls himself the sexiest black man on on I think on YouTube or on the internet, something like that. His name's Ruined Leon. I like this video because he's got some pretty comedic takes on things, but
20 pounds is fat.
So this girl is trying to say that if you're intentionally trying to lose weight on your own accord, then that's fat phobic.
Weight loss. So you purposely saying, I want to lose 20 pounds is fat phobic.
Wrap your head around that. You yourself being like, damn, you know what? I think I should lose 20 pounds. You're being fat phobic. Instead of maybe just health conscientious, or you're just feeling like, you know what? I don't really want to be this big anymore. I should probably lose a little bit of weight. That automatically indicates that you're fat phobic.
And you might be like, what? Oh my goodness. I'm not trying to be fat phobic, but you are. You're being fat phobic to yourself. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds?
Because it's healthy.
It's probably to fit into something smaller. It's probably so people treat you better. It's probably for all the reasons that fat folks are shamed simply for being fat.
Well, if you're struggling to fit into your clothes that you once fit into, obviously losing that weight will help you fit back into those clothes. If maybe somebody mentions, hey, looks like you're, you know, something going on, you look like you're gaining a bit of weight, maybe they're concerned because you were once at a thinner state, I guess, or a smaller state, and now you've progressively started to get a little bit bigger to the point where people are starting to notice. By yourself, I can't say that. Well, yeah, you fuck with it. That's dope, man.
So by continuing to perpetuate that, right, seeking intentional weight loss, we are contributing to our fat phobic society.
Oh my god, this girl. So after I saw a few of these videos, I started going down like a few like new nutritional things, and there was a podcast I was listening to that mentioned that there was this new I think it's an organization. They're called the Tufts University or something like that, and they just released this new food compass score. So green means food to be encouraged to eat. Yellow is to be moderated, and then red is to be minimalized or minimized. So watermelon has a score of 100. I'd agree. Watermelon's pretty healthy, you know. Canned peaches, sometimes they could just be straight canned, like no added sugar, whatever. But then it gets a little funky over here. Cheerios, chocolate covered almonds, orange juice with calcium. These are all within the green zone, which is better than ground beef, cheddar cheese, and eggs fried in butter. Now, how you're going to tell me that Cheerios is better than straight ground beef? You got to be fucking Looney Tunes. You got to have a few screws loose in your head to tell me that Cheerios, which are typically pumped with fortified nutrients and vitamins, is better than straight ground beef. Now, Lucky Charms is also apparently better than cheddar cheese and ground beef. Lucky Charms, the sugary cereal with fucking marshmallows scattered throughout them. Like, I don't understand what these people are thinking. And so this article that links it back to Nature Food. The food compass is a nutritious nutrient profiling system using expanded characteristics for assessing healthfulness of foods. So this is telling you that ground beef should be avoided. Now, what why do you know a guy by the name of? Yeah. I know. I've heard. Yeah, I've watched a few of his stupid videos. He's a big Tate guy. But anyways, there's another food guide. Obviously the American food guide or whatever food guide that we've been following that's been revised every few years. Is not perfect, but this by far is not the answer. If it's telling you that ground beef is something to be minimalized, but you should be eating Lucky Charms more so than ground beef, like this doesn't make any sense. So, I did a little bit more digging, and there's this other food guide or food compass that people are referring to, which is called the Nova food classification. And this to me makes a lot more sense in terms of how you should be eating. So they break it up into 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is unprocessed or minimally processed foods, foods which do not undergo processing or underwent minimal processing techniques such as fractioning, grinding, pasteurization, and others. So that's basically like your fruits, your veg, your legumes. Actually, let me pull this down a little bit so you guys can see that. And then number 2 is processed culinary ingredients. So these are obtained by minimally processed foods and used to season, cook, or create culinary dishes. Salt, sugar, vegetable oils, butter, and others. So you kind of, I guess, want to stay within like 1 and 2. You can dabble a bit in 3, but then I would say like 4 is where you really want to stay, like this one right above me. So 3 would be processed foods. These are unprocessed or minimally processed foods of or culinary dishes which have been added processed culinary ingredients. They are necessarily industrialized. So this is bottled vegetables. Like I guess like sauces and stuff, like tomato sauce, or meat in a salt solution, fruits in a syrup, or candied bread, cheeses, purees or pastes. And then ultra processed, which is, let me get myself out of here. These are food products derived from foods or parts of foods being added cosmetic food additives not used in culinary. So breast milk substitutes, infant formulas, cookies, ice cream, shakes, ready to go meals. So the first video we saw with all those ladies holding donuts and saying like food are neutral and look at it neutrality, like this is what they're suggesting basically. This and number 1 right over here, fruits and veggies are equal. Like, how does that make any sense? They're saying number 4 and number 1, you should look with a neutrality and say like they are both good foods in their own right. I don't know, guys. I worry about the kids that are coming up and what they're going to be getting themselves into in terms of diet and people they surround themselves in school. Like, I worry for my daughter. She's only 2.5, and I hope by the time she gets into junior kindergarten, grade 1, like our society has done a huge fucking 180 and got their head out of their ass, because this is some scary shit.